Wow, a lot has changed on Amazon as an Amazon seller over the past year. In today's video, I'm going to be looking forward and I'm going to be answering the question, is Amazon FBA still worth it? If you're a brand new seller, or you're thinking about, launching a product, exploring the Amazon FBA opportunity for the first time, you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to be exploring. I'm going to be talking about things that we have now widely come to know. Increased competition on Amazon, increased advertising spend with Amazon PPC, factory to direct. We see more Chinese sellers coming on, factories coming on Amazon and selling direct to the consumer. These are all very scary questions, and you'd be rightfully so to question the fact, is it still worth it? So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking it down and answering that question for you guys. Hopefully stick around to the end because I think you're going to get a lot of value out of this video. If you guys don't know, my name's Lamar and I'm a 7-figure Amazon FBA seller. I've been selling on Amazon for just over 3 years now. I have 3 different private label brands that I design, manufacture, and sell online utilizing the Amazon FBA model. Before we jump into today's video, I wanted to make sure that you guys have clicked that subscribe button, you've turned on the notification bell, and you're either dropping a comment below or giving me a thumbs up if you're getting value out of today's video. Now let's start to break down the question, is Amazon FBA still worth it? These are kind of my projections for 2020, where I see the industry, kind of the opportunity moving towards. So let's start with Amazon PPC. So where do I see Amazon PPC going? Generally speaking, across the board, I think it's fair to say everybody has seen the cost of Amazon PPC continue to rise. As more players, as more businesses come on and sell products onto the platform, it naturally makes sense considering Amazon advertising is a bidding auction that as there's more bidders, the price per click and your overall ad spend is just going to rise year over year over year. So for Amazon PPC, it is getting more expensive. In addition to the cost of Amazon PPC, Amazon continues to roll out more features for Amazon sellers. More ways, different ways to advertise, more and different ways to optimize our campaign budgets. It is becoming harder, more complicated. There's new things constantly being introduced that we now have to learn about. So then my final prediction here for Amazon PPC is that the teams that excel at this, right? If you want to be successful going into 2020 on Amazon PPC, it's going to come down to at least semi-automation or some sort of automated system. You can create this system through Excel, this kind of semi-automated process through Excel, and I actually talk quite extensively about Amazon PPC within my course. So if you're interested in Amazon PPC and really getting behind the scenes look at how I'm going about running, optimizing my campaigns, you're going to want to check out the link in the description below where you can get full access to that course and many other features of how to go about running an Amazon FBA business so you can be set up for success. I'm also going to be exploring tools. I think that as we go into 2020, it's going to be important for us to work with different software tools out there that might help us do certain aspects of Amazon PPC, and I also have been experimenting with them. Now let's talk about my next prediction, which is going to be around competition. We're going to see a continuation of these off-the-shelf products come in and launch on Amazon. You might be in a product category like that where someone else has either copied your product or launched a very similar product to yours, where there's essentially coming up with an idea, they're doing market research, they're sourcing that product, and they're buying a product off the shelf, and then they're throwing it up and expecting it to sell on Amazon successfully. Now, there's going to be a natural churn of these types of products or sellers. There's thousands of sellers signing up for Amazon FBA every single day, and the majority, I'm going to say 98% of all those sellers are following this old model of taking an off-the-shelf product and hoping that it sells when they throw it up on Amazon FBA. And that model just isn't working as well as it used to be. However, we're still seeing a ton of sellers come on to Amazon FBA because doing that is easy. Good news is, though, is that I don't think the competition in any one particular category is going to get any stronger. I think if you've made it this far, if you've gotten through this year, there aren't going to be more copycat sellers. Amazon is already flooded with copycat off-the-shelf products. So if you've made it this far and you're still in the category and you're still selling, it's not going to get more intense per se. You're just probably going to see a churn of those sellers. They're going to launch their copycat product, and then they're going to fall off and die. And then another one's going to pop up, they'll fall off and die. And another one will come up and fall off and die, and so on and so forth. The good news to this is if you are innovating within your product, if you are thinking about how to differentiate yourself from the market, you're already like miles and miles ahead of all these other copycat sellers that have been and continue to come onto Amazon. In addition to the competition fact, we are seeing more factory to direct consumer. Essentially, factories are listing their products directly on Amazon and selling direct to the consumer. Now, this doesn't really change the fact. A lot of the Chinese factories are here again just taking off-the-shelf products. So if you're continuing to follow the off-the-shelf model and you're not really putting your spin on it, you're not really changing anything about the product, you're not differentiating your product, it doesn't matter if it's the factory or another seller that's selling the off-the-shelf product, it's still an off-the-shelf product at the end of the day, and everyone's selling these off-the-shelf products, and the whole niche category is getting flooded with them. So it doesn't really matter who's selling that off-the-shelf product. It just matters that there's going to be a ton of competition. But here again, there's already been a ton of competition. And like I've been saying, that competition is just going to churn over the next year into 2020. My next prediction is around product launches. And specifically, I think it's actually going to get easier to launch products on Amazon. And the reason for that is because there's so many tactics now available. We have everything from search, find, buy, to giveaways, to Amazon PPC, to email lists and using influencers. I mean, there's literally now tens of strategies out there on how to launch, rank, and get selling on Amazon FBA. Personally, I've already done over 200 product launches on Amazon. That's everything from idea creation to manufacturing that product and actually launching it on Amazon. And I'm starting to see a trend. We're starting to essentially crack the code on what makes a successful product on Amazon. And I have to tell you that it's not around one of these product launch tactics. A lot of the tactics get a lot of attention, right? They're easy clickbait YouTube videos and clickbait posts on people, being able to successfully launch a product on Amazon. The missing factor there is you never know how successful they are long term. Anybody can get a product to the first page basically within 7 days' time now. But that's not what's setting you up for long-term success. At the core of it, everything comes back to product. What is your actual product? How is it differentiated? How did you perform your market research? How have you innovated your product in some way to make it stand out from the competition? Having a killer product coupled with a killer launch strategy is going to set you up for long-term success. But my point here is that the tactics, the actual product launch process is becoming widely available information, and it's actually becoming easier and easier to launch products on Amazon. But that's not going to be what's most important long-term. As I've said already, everything comes back to product. And if you're interested to getting a complete brain dump from me on how to go about doing your market research, how to go about differentiating your product, and lastly, how to execute on that product launch, make sure you check out the link below for my course. Getting a lot of great feedback on it. Love to have you guys join. This video is actually going to be a two-part series. So I've just is completing part 1 right here. And then next week, I'm going to release part 2 of my predictions for 2020 selling on Amazon FBA. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter. I hope you got value out of today's video, and make sure you stick around to next week where I complete this series. See you next week, guys. Peace.